So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Switch, white. Bang. Shoot. Switch. You're mine.
On play action, it's Carr. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Shotgun now for Brady. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
To throw his car. Got an open man. It's QT. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
93. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Man.
Express.
Now Carr. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Kiki QT, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
And he locates Walker, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now a play fake. Carr. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Carr will try it again on second down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
White. Express. 6-18. Get set.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4. And it's third down.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Watch the slant. Kill. Raider 2. Kill. Express. Hey, Alpha. Watch the twist. Whip. Watch the whip. Express. What's up?
On third and long, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now, these guys shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Or as he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
734. Hey, Delta.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Down. 188. 47. Check. Raider 1. 47 is the mic.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He's got it to Williams. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Down. 180. 50. Get in the weight room. 29. 29. Hey, exit. Mike,
now Carr throwing on second down. Open man is QT, complete.
Carr's pass complete to QT. A gain of 10 brings up third
and we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Carr going to try and throw on third down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert 3, alert. Hey, check it.
Here's Lindsey. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Brady on third down. And Walker has it. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. They do go for it. It's Brady. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, set, 53.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Alert. I got you. When he hit.
On first down, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
50, Mike's 50.
Pick me up.
Throwing again. Carr. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
On first down, Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Mike's 7.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, check.
Again, it's Carr. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And now he'll tuck it and run. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Keep playing hard.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Check Mike, check Mike. Check it.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go.
Express.
Carr now to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a run.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back? And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Smith.
Mike, check. 59. Right. Mike's 5'9", Mike 5'9".
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And he's going to go down. back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
What now? Blue 80?
47. Got you.
93. 93. 47, Mike. Mike, 47.
I don't think you got it, son.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Raider 1.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Watch safety green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw, it's Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Throwing on third and long. Carr. Got an open man. It's QT. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
50. Mike's 50.
On first and 10, here's Carr. It's complete to Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Lindsey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Brady going to throw. And he locates Walker, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Brady, 9 of 17 through the air. Now a play fake. Brady. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to look for Allen now. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
SOS. Pilot, 64, weak. SOS. Alert!
Brady to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Hey, check. Hey, 20.
Check. You know it. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jordan Franks, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are in for 6. Now McManus for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A really nice gain of 25 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
47's the mic. I'm coming. Express.
Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 30 yards.
Down. You want it,
Check my 47.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Raiders
Day,
49,
baby. Let's go.
Broncos
Let's go.
21.
Down. 180. Mike 47. I'm coming. Express. I'm coming.
Mike's 46.
Express.
Mike's 46.
Go.
Check. Check your hot read. Check.
Hey, Raider 2. Hey, Echo.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
47's the mic. Hey, Seam 6.
To throw again. Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
29.
Carr now on first down. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
180. We're good. 180. That's it.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Richard, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Push him back.
Brady. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs him.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Target.
Now Brady. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking back.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Brady. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The kick by McManus is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get this. Hey, check it. Mike, 53. Hey, Delta.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Slam. Hey, exit.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
At the 36-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Go, Chief.
Hatchet. 6 guys. Check.
You're mine. Bravo.
Mike's 47.
Express.
To throw his car. He gets it to Cooks. Brandon Cooks, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Another run by Lindsey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Raiders, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them.